Fit in 10 Nation, it is day 6 of the Fit in 10 Challenge, day 6. Tomorrow's going to be day 7, and you're going to hear me say already 1 week into the challenge. So you can see just how fast the challenge goes, right? It goes really, really, really fast. All right, I'm going to get right into some questions here. But first, I did update the calendar finally. I am wearing a lot of hats right now. I lost a lot of my support staff in the summertime. So I'm hiring again, but it just hasn't quite happened. So things are happening a little bit slower this challenge just because, well, I'm a little bit backlogged. Okay, so something I want to make you guys aware of. Somebody had asked me about macros. All right, they were, I think, 70 grams over their carbohydrate macros. So they asked me, is this a big deal? And yeah, it is a big deal. 70 grams is a lot. I think this person was having about somewhere in the neighborhood of 250 per day, maybe a little bit more. So 70 grams out of, let's just call it 250, is a huge chunk, right? I mean, that is about, what, 25% or so? Not quite, but, close to 20%. So yeah, that is too much. And so when that happens, the other question becomes, well, I went over, so should I do more exercise, or should I eat less the next day? Or no, you just move forward and you try to meet those numbers. So the first question, though, that would be is, how can I prevent this from happening? So you just want to make sure that you plan better. Now, I realize that we're day 6, and you got your numbers 2 or 3 days ago. So really, this is just the start. So you're kind of feeling things out, and you're getting in the groove of things. So that's normal at this point. So but as the challenge goes on, I want you to try to be more responsible, and then get your numbers as close to the numbers that I give you. Okay. So well, carbohydrates are probably the worst thing. Well, carbohydrates or fats are probably the worst. Well, fat would probably be actually the worst macro to go over in, okay, in a general sense. We'll get into why that might be, but more carbohydrates, or that amount of carbohydrates, 70 grams of carbohydrates is 300 calories. So that's a bit much. Okay, so we got to watch. We do have to watch our overall caloric intake, right? Our macros make up our calories, right? On average, 4 calories goes to every gram of protein and carbohydrate, and 9 calories are assigned to every gram of fat. All right, just in case you didn't know that. So you can figure out your calories from your macros, and this is why I don't really particularly like giving you guys your calories, because I don't want you to be focused on calories. I want you to be focused more on macros. And we're going to talk about why macros, why not just calories, right? What's the difference, right? All right, so let's talk about that. So we're going to just talk about protein today. So what is the importance of protein? Well, protein is really, really important for, of course, muscle maintenance. But of course, if you don't have enough calories in your diet, like let's say you have sufficient amount of protein, okay? You have a good amount of protein in your diet. So what's a good amount? Well, let's say a gram and a half per pound of body weight. That's a lot, okay? So if you're 100 pounds, 150 grams of protein per day. But if you don't have enough calories, then that protein is going to be used as fuel, all right? So provided that you have enough protein and calories in your diet, you're going to, protein is going to help to, of course, maintain, or if not build, some lean muscle tissue if you have the stimulus there. And this is really, really important because after the age of 20, muscle mass begins to decline slowly. Okay, about every couple of years, you lose about 1% or 2% of muscle mass, and it just continues to go on through your life. Also, your basal metabolic rate begins to slow down, partly due to the loss in muscle mass. Okay, so having a little more protein in your diet is going to help to prevent that. You also have to remember that we are made of protein. All our tissues are essentially protein, right? Hair is protein, nails are protein, skin is protein, your muscle fiber, the actual muscle tissue is protein. Everything is protein. There's a little bit of fat in there, but it's mainly protein. Bone is over 50% protein. Everybody thinks it's calcium, but it's not. Bone is actually protein. All right. So if anybody ever says to you that protein leaches calcium from your bones, it's just nonsense. Okay, your bone is over 50% protein. But let's talk about some other reasons why you might want to have protein. And this is not an exhaustive list, but did you know that protein has the highest thermic effect on the body? That means it has the highest metabolic impact. What does that mean exactly? Well, it takes about 30% of the energy in protein goes towards digesting protein. 30%. Protein is the macronutrient with the highest thermic effect. Okay, so if you eat 2,000 calories of protein versus say 2,000 calories worth of, let's just say, carbohydrates, just to compare something here, your body's going to be, at the end of the day, it will be left with less calories, okay, if you're eating just protein versus carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, by the way, have about a thermic effect of about 6 to 8%, okay? And fat's got a thermic effect of 2 to 3%. So, we talked about muscle recovery, right? You need protein for muscle recovery. But protein also makes up a lot of the hormones in the body. So things like insulin and glucagon and growth hormone, these are all protein-based messengers in the body. Okay, hormones are essentially messengers. And then you've got things like enzymes, right? You have biological processes that are happening in the body all the time. Everything that happens in your body is basically a biological, or is driven by a biological process. And there are many enzymes involved. All enzymes are proteins. Everything is driven essentially by protein, just about. Okay. Protein is very, very important for stabilizing blood sugar levels. All right, when you have regular protein in your diet, that helps to stabilize blood sugar levels. This is generally why people tend to say, I eat more protein, I feel more alert. I don't feel like I get crashing I don't feel like I get tired, or I have energy and I get tired. I just feel like I'm more even keel and I'm more alert. All right. Protein also has a very high satiating effect. You're going to have very high satiety when you have protein in your diet. Okay. As we increase your protein through this challenge, you're going to begin telling me that I can't eat all this protein and I'm really, really full. Okay, so we will institute more of that. What else can I want to say about this? Protein is really, really important for your immune system. Okay, it's really, really important for especially during times of stress, because during times of stress, cortisol levels tend to rise, and because cortisol rises, that essentially cortisol is looking to raise blood sugar levels in your bloodstream, so it's going to chew through whatever it can to help to supplement those stressful times. So protein will help to negate or offset the damage that cortisol does. Okay, and of course, if you're recovering from illnesses or burns, you want to make sure you get enough protein. Okay, and honestly, the list goes on and on and on and on. So, but I'm already at 9 minutes. Really, man. Okay, let's get to the message of the day. I swear, I thought I was at 5. I have a clock in front of me. I just need to look at it. That's all I need to do. All right, message of the day. Some is better than none. Of course, more is better than some, but full action is best. Okay. Now, again, you're always going to hear me say that, do what you can, of course, but I do want to push you to be doing the most. If you do the most, if you are on target, you will see more results. Okay. The closer that you follow the directions, the closer you will get to your destination. That makes sense, right? If I give you directions to get from point A to point B, and you're in your car, right, and you're driving, and you follow those directions exactly, you can expect to get to point B. Of course, if you go off track, then things will take longer, right? And you may not get to point B. All right, so, it's just, just keep this in mind, all right? But don't, at the same time, don't let this hold you back. That is, if you fall off track, it doesn't mean you can't get back on track, right? If you take a wrong turn, it doesn't mean you can turn around and get back on that route and get back to where you need to be. Okay, this is a lot of trial and error. This is a time where you will have weaknesses and you will make mistakes consciously or unconsciously, and that is, it's not okay and it's not okay. It's just what happens. Okay, and so we just have to push forward and move ahead and keep trying. Okay, I want you to keep trying in this. All right, we have people who have exceeded the goal of 30% fat loss. We have people that lose 20%. We have people that lose 15%. We have people that lose 10%. The average loss per challenge is around, oh God, I can't remember the stat exactly. It's somewhere between 15 and 18%. I think it is 18%, to be honest with you. Yeah, so, anyways, that is it, you guys. Positive energy, positive mindset, always believe in yourself and give gratitude, okay? And remember, you got to submit and commit to this challenge. Just submit yourself and commit yourself. Do not lose focus. Do not, do not disbelieve in yourself. You've got to believe in yourself. You are the only person that can make this happen, right? So in whatever facet or whatever you're working towards in your life, you got to take responsibility. You got to take things by the reins. You are in the driver's seat. You got to make things happen. Okay. All right. So let's giddy up and forge ahead. All right. We'll talk to you guys all soon. Coach Mark signing off here. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you guys. 12 minutes. Come on.